What's up squad, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel where I show you all the unique weapons in Fallout 4 Nuka world. In this video I'll be showing you how to acquire this unique legendary alien blaster, and I'll also be showing you how to make it do over 615 damage per second. Both outside and inside VATS, depending on what your preference is. So you also see that the legendary effect on this weapon makes it so that critical shots do double damage and the critical meter feels twice as fast, which is absolutely incredible and I'll explain why later. So this is the only other alien blaster available in the game, and it's the only one you can get with a legendary effect, making it the best alien blaster in the game. And there's a specific way to set up your character so you can do these ridiculous amounts of damage with it. And if you don't set up your character in a certain way, you'll miss out on all that damage. So I'll be showing you how to do that later in this video. So to start this quest to get the weapon, we must first head west from Nuka town to the herbologist camp. It's located just here on the map. Now once you arrive at the camp, head over to the right and you will find Dara. She's sitting over here on a bench. She's going to give us the quest Straight to the Stars, and it's a pretty awesome quest anyway. So she'll task us with finding 5 spacesuits, and she's going to offer us 250 caps for doing this. But with a high enough speech skill we can actually ask for more caps and go all the way up to 350 caps for it. Now finding the spacesuits themselves is very easy, and I'll show you how to get one for yourself as well. So to find these spacesuits, you must come here on the map to the Galactic Zone. It's northwest from Nuka town, and I'm going to be starting from the east entrance just so I can show you guys how to get to the correct building, because it can be quite confusing. So starting from the main landmark in the distance there, we're going to head straight on. We can actually find all 6 of these spacesuits in one building. So head up the staircase on the left, and then we're going to carry on left along this ramp. This is going to lead us to the building called Vault-Tec Among the Stars, and this is the only place you need to visit. So once inside, just turn right and go through the vault entrance. I've already killed all the enemies here just to make this guide easier for you guys to follow and faster for you guys to watch. So once here we'll find the first spacesuit on the right, and you can just take it off the mannequin here. If you come over to this locked door though, you'll find another one behind it. Now you don't actually need to get this one though, because you only need 5 spacesuits. But if you want that extra one right now for yourself, you can just get it here. If you have trouble with the lock, just bring a follower or a robot follower to pick it for you. So continue back onto the path and follow it round to the right. Head through this next vault entrance, and on the left we're going to see another spacesuit, and if we open this door we can access it. Now just rejoin the path and we're going to carry along down these steps, and then we're going to go right at the bottom and down again. Step off the path here and go straight on and you will find another spacesuit. So go back to the path and continue along it, and just carry along this winding path, and soon you will come to 2 more spacesuits right in front of you. You literally can't miss them. So after you've grabbed these, we will have all 5 spacesuits now, so you can just carry on down this path and we can find the exit to the building.
Imagine a future among the stars.
If you just turn left at the end here, the exit is straight in front. So travel back to Bay and you've just hustled her for 350 caps. She will now tell us that she wants to meet us at the junkyard. She'll then start banging on about all her crazy ass followers and get them all to meet around a hubcap in the middle of this parking lot, and then she'll give them all the spacesuits and they're all like sort of unite and put them on. It's pretty funny to watch actually. But the next part of the quest is that she'll tell us to meet her at the junkyard. So just travel over to the junkyard. It's literally a stone's throw away from where you're at now, just here on the map. Once at the junkyard, she'll tell you to clear out the whole area of enemies. She's so demanding, isn't she? You can actually ask her to help you out if you want, but to be honest, I'm just going to do it myself. This is pretty straightforward to be honest, and it's quite easy to do. Just take care of the huge ass sentry bot that you're going to have to kill in the center of the area. And if you do have trouble with that sentry bot, I'll leave some unique weapons you can use down in the description to help you out. But after you're done clearing it out, giant red flying saucer in the middle of the scrapyard. We must now talk to Dara again and get our reward. And she of course is going to reward us with the hub's alien blaster as a reward for clearing out the junkyard and helping her out. The quest itself though is not yet over, and it does continue on. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I do suggest that you finish it, because the ending of this particular quest is so funny and so unexpected. It's probably one of the most unexpected things I've ever seen, and that's saying something for Fallout. So I'll leave a link to my lore video down in the description if you're interested in that. But anyway, let us now transform this weapon and set up our character so that we can do tons of damage with it. Let's start by adding some simple modifications at the workbench. You'll first want to put the long barrel modification on this weapon. This gives this weapon literally double the range, and it also increases the accuracy when aiming down the scope. And of course, it will also improve the recoil. Now if you like, you can argue that the short barrel is actually better outside VATS. Because to be honest guys, the alien blaster is not meant to be a long range weapon, and indeed it is very inaccurate outside VATS at long range. As you can see, the bullets are just too slow and they fly everywhere. So mostly you're going to be using this weapon up close and personal. So next up, let's look at the grip. We will most definitely want the sharpshooter's grip. This will help us further with the recoil, and it will also improve our hipfire accuracy, which is very important outside VATS. So for the magazine of this weapon, we will obviously need to go with the fusion mag. This is because the alien blaster ammo is very rare, so once you run out it's gone forever. But by modding it with the fusion mag, it will then use fusion cells, which is a very common ammo type, so this solves the problem. And the only drawback here is that it lowers the damage by 2, so it's nothing really. Next we're going to put on a scope. Once again, this is more about preference. But as we are not going to be sniping with this weapon, the only real advantage of putting on a scope is that it increases our accuracy in VATS. So the first stage is now complete. Your alien blaster will now have a base damage of 48 energy damage a shot, and it will also use the common energy cell ammo. It will have a fire rate of 100, a range of 305, and an accuracy of 87, which is rather low. But it does have a feather weight of 3.6 grams, and what this means is that we can literally spam this weapon inside VATS. Its value is also 3045 caps, but if you do sell it, you're a bit of a pillock. So that's 3045 caps you'll never get. So you also see that the legendary effect on this weapon makes it so that critical shots do double damage and the critical meter feels twice as fast. So this is obviously a fantastic legendary effect, especially if you're using VATS. But what a lot of people don't know is that if you use this chem called Overdrive, which makes you do plus 25% damage and plus 25% critical damage, and this drug will last for half an hour in real life time if you have the maxed out chemist perk. And specifically, the plus 25% critical chance actually makes it so you can critical hit outside of VATS too. And this works great for the alien blaster, because obviously you fire so fast that statistically, one shot in every 4 will crit, and the crit will deal double damage. So your critical attacks will hit for 368.8 damage. So on average, outside of VATS using the Overdrive drug, you will have a damage per second of 614.6. So if you're not using this drug, you'd only have a damage per second of 196.6 outside VATS. So that's over half the damage just gone if you're not using that drug. So to actually make the Overdrive drug, you will need 2 acid, 1 Nuka Cola and 1 Psycho. Now let's talk about the perks that we'll need to get to unleash this damage. Obviously this is a pistol type weapon, so you're going to need the Gunslinger perk. At max rank, this is going to make us do twice as much damage with pistols. Next we're going to get the Bloody Mess perk. This perk will boost our damage by a further 15%. And in order to make our critical attacks do more damage, we will also need the Better Criticals perk. At max rank, this will increase our critical damage by 250%. So with those 3 maxed out perks and the Overdrive chem alone, you will be able to do a damage per second of 615, like I said before, outside VATS. But if you want to use this weapon inside VATS, I'd suggest the following perks in addition. Firstly, get the critical banker perk. This will allow you to save up 4 critical hits to be used whenever you need them. Then we're going to get the Grim Reaper spirit perk. What this does is it restores your AP when you kill a target inside VATS. And this is absolutely key for spamming this weapon inside VATS and not running out of action points. Lastly, we're going to get the 4-leaf clover perk. Once maxed out, this perk will make it so you have a high chance for any hit you do inside VATS to randomly fill your critical meter, so you can now crit for days. The only advantage of using this weapon inside VATS though is to get a guaranteed critical, and so that you don't need to use chems in order to crit. But squad, we can actually increase the damage of our crit even further with the astoundingly awesome magazine. If you remember, issue 4 will actually boost the damage that we do with the alien blaster by 5%. So this will in fact give us a damage per second of 646 per second, both inside and outside VATS. You can find the location of that magazine and a few other magazines that are going to help with your damage even further down below in the description. Job done. Please do like the video if you did find it helpful, and of course I make daily Fallout 4 guides, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss one. Or if you're really keen to stay up to date with my latest work and latest projects I'm working on, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. All of those links can of course be found in the description below. Thank you again guys for watching. My name is ESO and I will see you, loyal subscriber, in the next Fallout 4 video guide. So goodbye and have a fantastic day.